Part they said he couldn't do it. They said Kel'el Ware wasn't a champion. He wasn't a winner. They said Kel'el Ware couldn't go head to head with Zach Edey and
All right.
outperform him and get a win. 21-10 and a dub in the Summer League Championship for Kel'el Ware and the Miami Heat. Zach Edey was 0-0-0 with a DNP for the
Oh,
Memphis Grizzlies. And
okay.
I mean, that's what we're doing here, right?
Yeah, I mean, I figured I thought it would be me that would do it. Didn't expect it coming from you, to be honest.
I'm sorry. I am bummed, in all seriousness. It would have been really cool if it was Edey versus Ware for the title, but
Yeah.
obviously Edey's hurt and he couldn't play. But no, instead we got treated to another round of the Gigi Jackson show, and he actually was stellar. He was really, really effing good, as was Jake LaRavia and Scottie Pippen Jr. All the Grizzlies, like legit NBA players, have been awesome this whole summer league run. That's why they made the title game. Miami Heat have been awesome with the whole Heat culture thing, but also like their rookies have been really good. Kel'el Ware and Pelle Larson look like longtime NBA players in the future. And a Josh Christopher sighting at the biggest moment, it
Jay Gup Summer League MVP.
sent shivers down my spine. Card, I didn't like it. But what do you think of the final game?
I actually really enjoyed it, to be honest with you. Like, uh, towards the end of Summer League, I don't know if it's like fatigue on my part, but like towards the end, I kind of just I don't know. I'm not as locked in as I am at the start. And it really shouldn't be that way given that you have the semis and the finals. But I thought the final game was really, really good. The Heat just once again, Heat culture, whatever it is, their draft class looks like they pretty much hit on every pick. Kel'el Ware was good during the summer league. Pelle Larson was good. Kashad Johnson was good. Um, I'm gonna stand on it. Alondes Williams is an NBA player. Like that dude should not. He should be on an NBA roster. I think that he can contribute, in at least a small way to an NBA team. I think that man deserves to be on an NBA roster, not the G League. But I do have one thing that I do want to speak on, and I want to get your thoughts on it. And are you prepared for NBA Twitter to hate me?
I feel like NBA Twitter already hates you, so I
Okay.
don't have an issue with that. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, so it can't get much worse. Um, I did not find myself ever enjoying Grizzlies summer league basketball games
Hmm.
unless Zach Edey and Cam Spencer were on the floor.
Yeah.
Just because even last night, like Jake LaRavia was going off, right? Like he was snapping, but like everything was just force feeding him, like force feeding Jake LaRavia. And then when it wasn't his turn, it was Gigi Jackson's turn to do some step over move. When it wasn't his turn, it was Scottie Pippen Jr.'s turn to do some things. And you know, are those going to be guys that are going to be big parts of the Grizzlies' future and the Grizzlies organization? I don't really know, or even like the rotation this season. But I think it did come back to bite them in the end that they were like they kind of just kept force feeding a player each possession. That player just kind of got to do whatever all they wanted to. When they made shots, it was really good. When they didn't, they blow a lead and let the Miami Heat come back in the game.
Yeah, it was a lot less aesthetically pleasing, team-oriented offensive basketball than what the Heat were doing. But it's summer league, like that's gonna happen. I think that's obvious. I would just say, like, I agree with your premise. I did not enjoy watching Gigi Jackson. I made a bunch of jokes about it over the last 2 weeks. He's very talented. Like, I think he is a part of the Grizzlies' future? Hell yeah, I do. And like I think there's a world where he ends up starting for many years in the future in between John Morant and others. But his role in summer league is completely different than what his role will be on that team, and that's fine. It's more about like assessing what some of your role players can do and what their upside is. And the Grizzlies clearly do have guys like in Gigi and Laravia and Pippen who all can be productive kind of secondary option types if they become asked to do that on an NBA floor in real games. The thing that not frustrates me, but just why I ended up rooting against the Grizzlies in this game, other than the fact that they shut down all my favorite players, is I don't like when teams try to win summer league with a bunch of second year guys. I'm just not into that. Like we know that actual NBA players can win summer league. We they should be able to do that. The three guys we keep mentioning, Gigi and Laravia and Pippen, are actual NBA players. No shit. They should be winning these games. Now Jalen Wells was a part of this, and he played every game, I believe. And Edey and Spencer came in and out and really contributed when they were there. But by the end of this, it was just like guys on the roster playing against a bunch of guys who won't be on a roster. And that frustrated me. From the Heat's perspective, I was happy they won because Khalil and Pella are to me, guys who Summer League is for. You want to see what your rookies have. And even beyond that, like Alondes Williams and Josh Christopher are not NBA guaranteed guys. These are guys that are playing for their careers and trying to earn their way back. So, in the spirit of that, I was rooting for the Heat, and I was very happy to see them win. It did send shivers down my spine when Josh Christopher hit that step back three late, because Josh Christopher is probably the one recruit at the college level that I've coveted more than anybody. He duped me. He single-handedly went out to troll me, and that hurts. It still stings because he would have been special. But yeah, I don't know. They had a lot of dudes I like. I think Kel'el Ware is clearly an NBA player. He's going to be great. 21 and 10. Again, 8 for 10 from the floor. Like, it feels like that was just a constant, right? Like every single game, you open the box score, he had like 18 to 24 and 10 rebounds every night. Larson, I thought like it was funny watching him and Laravia both play, because I think that's where he's headed. Like, to me, like a Laravia like role on the end of a bench in the NBA is probably what happens to Pelle Larsson. Now he's in Miami and they do really great with all the role player types, so maybe he gets maximized a little bit. But him hitting the game winner was really funny to me, because he could have played 3,000 games at Arizona next to Caleb Love and never gotten to attempt a game winner. So that was cool to see.
Yeah. The thing is, I think like Kyle Larson will find his way more to an NBA rotation given the other things he does. Like I'm a Laravia guy. Always have been. Shout out to Wake Forest Demon Deacons. I got issues. But to me, Laravia doesn't bring much outside of scoring the basketball. He rebounds it well, but I don't see him as a plus defensively.
Yeah, I guess that's true. And I mean, typically not a huge passer. He had 3 assists in this game, but yeah, I don't know. That's a good point. Pella might be a little more dynamic and versatile. We'll see, but I don't know. For all in all, like for the end of summer league, felt like there were a lot of guys I expect to be on NBA rosters in this game. Like it felt like watching in a late season NBA game, and it came down to the wire. And I think summer league fans like us got a good little cap to this season of summer league. With that said, as you alluded to, I'm ready for this to be over.
All right, well, on to the Olympics.
On to the Olympics, which I am not looking forward to. And also, Adam Silver, please, can we get some sort of ban on the load management for guys in summer league by next season? I do not want to see rookies taking the second game off because we're trying to watch their reps. Car, you know what I love about you?
That I'm handsome?
You're reliable. I can count on you. You know, honestly, you remind me of Aaron Henry a little bit. Remember when, like, you know, their back was against the wall, nothing was going right, and man just showed up every day. He didn't make excuses. There were no problems. There were just solutions.
Sounds like me.
That's you. And it also reminds me of Duncan Mechanical Solutions, because if you're looking for quality furnace repair, look no further than the heating and air experts that you can trust. Comfort and quality are their standard. They're an HVAC company that serves Northeast Indiana and Southern Michigan, whether it's heating and air conditioning, plumbing, kitchen and bath remodeling, or emergency services when you need them most. Duncan Mechanical Solutions has reliable service that you can count on. Cart, remember when your basement almost exploded?
I remember when my basement almost exploded. I remember when my furnace itself was acting funny. I remember when my AC was acting funny. I wish I had Duncan in my back pocket. I wouldn't have to worry about it.
Yeah, I mean, I've never been anywhere in northern Indiana or southern Michigan that hasn't been perfectly cool or perfectly warm, depending on when the day called for. And that's because of Duncan Mechanical Solutions. They are the presenting sponsor for the month of July. Shout out to Duncan Mechanical Solutions. Go to duncanmechanicalsolutions.com to learn more.